Day, and welcome to the first of my podcast series called A Humorous and Semi-Vulgar Look at the Black and White Rules of Grammar. This podcast is dedicated to all that might be struggling with grammar. Before we begin though, allow me to wish you a happy National Grammar Day. What? You thought this wasn't a recognized day? It is, as a matter of fact, and it's dedicated to making sure that we take this day to all get our there, and theirs correctly written. So let's begin. First of all, understand that rouge is a color, but a rogue isn't. E.g. means for example, and I.e. means that is. I.e. always be correct. Next, per se means of itself. Per se is only how you pronounce it. Now I know you might think all of these rules might be a little too much, but even at an English teacher's party you can see that pinning the apostrophe on the potential contraction is a game taken quite seriously. And speaking of apostrophes, an apostrophe turned upside down is called a comma, which could make an entire difference in meaning depending on where you put the pause. For example, let's eat Grandpa, as opposed to let's eat Grandpa. You got to pause for the cause. Now, let's take a quick look at some writing tips next. One rule among many: don't use no double negatives. Well, I thought it was funny. Use words correctly, regardless of how others may use them. Here's a good one. Apart means separated, while apart means to be a part of, included. The many rules of grammar can sometimes pull my brain apart. Another problem? Remember, verbs has to agree with their subjects. It's like I tell my students, if you write like an idiot, you'll be perceived as an idiot. You're stupid. My stupid what? See what I mean? All the writer had to do was put an apostrophe after the U, followed up by an R and then an E, and then their statement would have been correct, instead of stupid. Speaking of which, even in Twitterland the sentiments are the same. The rules of grammar are important. As can be seen in this tweet, capitalization is the difference between helping your Uncle Jack off a horse and helping your Uncle Jack off a horse. I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure you're beginning to get the picture. Moving on, here's a popular local example. Cuz is slang for cousin. Cause is something that brings about an effect. Cuz is a misspelling, but the Chamorro spelling for because. Come on, people. And last but not least, in the many rules of grammar, before turning in your paper, make sure to proofread carefully to see if you left any words out, as well as to make sure you don't repeat yourself. That's it for this segment, folks. I sincerely hope you learned something. Join me next time for more humorous and semi-vulgar grammar tips. This is Paul Robigo signing off, and let me wish you a happy and grammatically perfect day.